Bill with Media Unlocked.
And this is Corey with Media Unlocked.
And we're here tonight to talk about the
Amaran Tri-8c
from Aputure.
From Aputure.
Yep. Now, this is their flagship light, okay? This light, well, I thought it was a bomb.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's really cool.
Now, Corey's a videographer. Yep. I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
So we used it in different ways. And I learned natural light photography, but then I bought a studio or built a studio, and I started working with strobes.
Yeah.
So almost all of my studio work has been with strobes.
Yeah.
And I've got pro photos and buffs, and I've got enough light to give half of Kentucky a sunburn.
But now you have a constant light that you actually like.
I like it. I've never used a constant before, and
yeah,
this thing is, I don't want to go so far as to say it's transformative, but it has opened up so many new avenues for me. Now, I shoot predominantly landscapes. I shoot bourbon lifestyle images, and that's what I make my living from. Yeah. Okay. And my bourbon,
I shoot mostly weddings and short films and commercials and that type of thing. Some promos as well. I injured my hand. Sorry about this.
I was gonna say that had nothing to do with
that.
The
Had
light.
Nothing to do with the light. Just disclaimer.
He was cleaning out a bourbon glass.
I was. Anyway, so this is a great light because it's very portable.
Yeah.
You can use different batteries. You can use the standard Sony batteries with it, but you can also use the V-mount. So they have a little V-mount adapter right here with the D-tap. And you can just attach that to the back there. And
in the studio, I plug it in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a power cord to it, and it runs off regular DC wall.
Yeah. So it's great.
Yeah. Now,
I love it.
I love this thing because what it's done to my bourbon photography is it gives me a constant light. And one of the problems working with strobes is that I can't see where the shadows are. And it's hard. I can't see where the glare is on the glassware that I shoot, and I can't see the shadows. So I have to do a test print and then move that strobe a couple of millimeters, and then move that strobe a couple of millimeters.
Yep.
And using a constant makes that a lot easier. Now, I always knew that.
Yeah.
But I didn't really want to spend a lot of money investing in a strobe system and a constant system.
Right.
Well, we use Aputure lights all in this set that we film these on. Every light we use is from Aputure. And this one is just the bomb because Corey keeps the other lights. He doesn't let me play with them.
Yeah. So, well, I mean,
but this one I've had for about a month and a half or 2 months, and he asked me for it the other day so he could test it, and I almost cried.
Yeah.
I
had to pry it from his hands actually.
No. And it was cold dead fingers. It really was.
Yeah. Well, and the display on this thing is amazing. It's just straightforward. It goes to from 2300 to 6800 Kelvin, and you can see that going all the way through, and you just press the button on the side here.
Exactly the temperature you want.
You dial it, and you press the button to go back and forth from Kelvin to the power, so the illumination of it.
So you can dial in the amount of power you want and the color. Now, why is this useful? As a photographer, one of the things that we always struggle with is white balance.
Yeah.
So I can use this light, and I can set it to a particular temperature.
Yep.
Whatever that temperature is, and then I can go into my camera and I can use Lightroom on the computer or whatever. I can dial that temperature in on my white balance slider, and my colors are perfect. And they are exactly what they need to be. I don't have to worry about color balancing. I don't have to worry about anything because the colors are perfect.
See, the great thing about this light in particular, though, is it is 95 plus CRI color. I mean, that's pretty accurate. That's
it doesn't
incredible.
Get much better than that in something that you can actually use for less than like 5 digits in the price tag.
Oh yeah, definitely 10 times the price you're looking at, especially with constant light. I mean, that's amazing.
Now I'm going to ask Corey in a minute how he's used it, but I want to tell you the two things I've used it for: the landscape or the bourbon shots. I've already mentioned that I can use it in the studio, but I did something the other day. About once a year, a bunch of us go down to a place called Carter Caves, Corey.
Okay.
And now, of course, you go into a state park. This is a state park, and you can't take tripods in.
Okay.
And you're limited as a photographer to their natural light. That's just the deal. I mean, it's not safe to go in with kids running around with tripods and things like that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So once a year, they let us go in after the last tour of the day, and they lock us in the back, and they let us stay in the camera with tripods and artificial lights.
That sounds dangerous.
No, it's not, because we agree to stay on the pass. We agree to stay where the lights are.
That's good.
So it's the areas of the cave that are set up for to be safe.
Right.
And of course, we're signing waivers and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But I had never in my life done light painting. Okay, I had
Really?
one image I had done a little bit of light painting on to get a label of a bourbon bottle to pop out.
Okay.
But I wanted to try light painting. So I made a DIY light painting stand for this thing because on the bottom of it, it has a standard thread.
Yep.
So I just go to Amazon and I buy an adapter that screws onto a paint pole.
Mm-hmm.
And now I've got a 14-foot tall boom.
It's awesome.
For a total of $30.
Yeah.
So I screwed that into the bottom of this thing, and I'm using a 25-second exposure. Okay.
Yeah.
So I start my camera, and I'm just rotating this around the entire cave cavern.
Yeah.
Now I shot this on a Saturday. On Monday, I sold that print to a local business. It was a signature shot. And I know it's because I used a light that was so easy to use. I had never done light painting.
Right.
And it worked.
And
I'm going to pop it up on the screen here so you can see it, the image.
Yeah.
I call it the way out because it focuses on the blues of the water going out the back of the cave. And I could dial in the warmth that I wanted on the rocks to create the orange and blue contrast, which is what I know sold the image.
Right.
Because anytime you can mix warm and cool together in a photograph, it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
And I've never sold a print that fast in my life.
Wow.
Now, obviously, it wasn't just the light. It was the whole setup.
Yeah.
But the point is, I couldn't do that with a flashlight. I couldn't do it with a small light.
Right.
But I could do it with this
light.
because it's got 888 little LED lights in there that I can control. I can control.
Yeah.
So how about you used it for?
Well, By the
way, I only let him have it for 2 days.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it back. And when he leaves tonight, he's staying here in my studio.
In other words, he was greedy. He was just greedy about it. But
it's my life.
That's fine.
It's my life.
Yeah. We might have to fight about it a little bit later.
No, you can buy one. This was mine.
Okay. I used this light for a wedding that I did. And it was great because it was just a very small setup time. All I had to do was screw it on and turn it on. Actually,
this screws right into the bottom, right on top of a light stand.
And you can move it.
And it's there.
Great.
Now, we've got some accessories.
Yeah.
What did you use? I actually haven't used the accessories because, David took the accessory bag and he didn't tell me we had it.
Well.
So I'm going to have to do a whole nother video on just the accessories because they look like fun.
Yeah. No, they're awesome. So they actually come with a diffuser. It comes into the side here. We'll show you about it later.
That would be so much better on my bourbon photography for glassware to have a diffuser on the front. David, thank you. David is the videographer tonight, so I can abuse him.
Woohoo! And the great thing about it is I had several times where I had to adjust the light and how powerful it was. And the great thing about it is it comes with a remote.
I wish I had done it.
All I had to do was just press a button and make it go down, make it go up, and it would go down and up to the percentages. So it goes all the way down to 10% and all the way up to 100%.
Yeah.
So
and I just love the responsiveness.
Yeah.
I mean, the gauge is on the side of the thing. You click it once and you have the temperature. You click it once and you have the intensity. And so it's the same knob.
Yep.
So, when I was light painting, I'm literally holding it like this.
Yeah.
I can hit the knob with one finger.
See, that's another thing I love about this light is these handles on the side. I don't know any other light that has those handles on the side of the light there.
It makes it so easy to control.
Yeah.
That combined with, like I said, this undercarriage screw-in, standard thread.
Standard threads.
I could take it, and like I said, I'd never done light painting before, and I could just...
It's easy.
It made it easy.
It's easy.
It made it absolutely easy.
Yeah. And another great thing about this is it comes with a little thing over here that you can put around it. It's kind of...
to make it a softbox.
To make it a softbox, essentially. And for the D-tap, you have this right here. So you can put that in with a V-mount battery.
Right on the side.
Yep. And a strap for this... for the back here. So do you know what this is, Bill?
It looks like it's illegal in about 17 states.
It's an Israeli arm. And
it is illegal in 17 states.
Yeah, it might be. Well, you can attach this to the side of your camera if you have a rig.
Okay.
You can attach it to all sorts of different rigs because it has, again, the standard threads.
So it's good, right.
So you can attach it to the light and then to whatever rig you have. Whether that be on the camera, whether that be
back in the
side.
dark ages, the best light we could get was an L frame that attached to the bottom of our camera and took our flash right up here. Now, that's a little heavy for that. I'd want to use it with a support of some kind.
Yeah.
Because
I would just recommend
a little bit heavy. This is largely in the batteries.
Yeah,
that make it heavy.
And that's the thing. I wouldn't use this per se with
not handheld.
Not handheld.
You
not
couldn't hold it
handheld.
Steady. But yeah, if I'd known about that, it would have been a good thing to have in my world.
Yeah,
David, thank you.
Well, you can adjust it easy. That's the thing about this is you can.
That's why it's illegal in 17 states.
Exactly, because it's so easy to use.
Exactly.
Right?
So I guess the moral of the story is that this has made me a believer in constant lighting. I've never used constant lights before.
Yeah.
And we use them here on the set when we film these, and I thought they were just a video thing. But now I'm really just itching to shoot more and explore.
Yeah.
And
that's what this is all about.
It is. That's what it's all about. Because it's a bit pricey for a light.
Right.
But on the other hand, if the quality's worth it,
then why
it's
not
worth
get it?
the pennies.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And pure and simple. If this makes my cave shot, if I sell 2 copies of it, I bought this light.
There you go.
And it made that.
Then it's worth it to you.
So
right.
I love it. I mean, I love the light.
It's a perfect.
I'm going to take it home with me. You can't ever have it again.
I,
You can buy your own.
I'm taking it.
No, David,
I'm taking it.
trip him. David, get me my light back. Catch him. Don't let him leave. He's gone. Corey! Okay. If you stuck with us this far through the Dog and Pony Show, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because you know you like us. And face it, we like you too. And that way we know about it. Our newest video is always right up here in the corner. And if you want to explore the light just a little bit more, down here you're going to find a click-through link. Yeah, it gives us a small commission, but it also lets us stay on the air so that we can bring you more evaluations like this in the future. So hey, again, this is Bill from Media Unlocked, and I'm going to tell you, just go out and shoot and try something new today. And ignore Corey. If you see him, get my light back. I want it. Thanks.